is a low percentage.
This is interesting. Whether you like
food, which means you
two
have
dimensions
to
or
get that
three
trap
dimensions,
set up the right way,
four
made it the right
dimensions.
way,
Be a figure
get it
four
set up in the
on
right
four
location,
dimensions.
you know there's going to be an
A rock
animal
or a
that's coming through
big
that area,
log becomes a
and just
stick
percentage
that's
very
carved a
low,
certain way.
as opposed to other
What
means
I
of,
find more interesting
obtaining
about
food.
this is the technique.
So trapping is, when you go to traps, set traps, it's not
I
just
would
one
be
trap you need to
curious
set up.
to
You've got
ask
multiple traps
the
and
sergeant
many
here
avenues of approach as far as
if
game
why
trail
you're out here.
and activity that you see.
Probably the same reason I actually love the stone mill.
This is definitely a quick way to do it. Definitely a little quicker than sitting there willing
I just got done with that interview with somebody freaking out because Subway was closed and he beat the hell out of the clerk in there for telling him no.
Very quick and easy to make.
You got hurt. Well, it's my last sub of the day. I'd like to be home and not deal with that. You're gonna have to fucking. You look big, like you go out food for a little while.
Two-stick deadfall. Because obviously,
now,
two sticks.
this is pretty interesting because usually I go right to the four, and I usually go Bones and Haiti, right? You know where this one is, this one sure to fucking follow. And that's run by gravity. Now that works only so well in town before Fannin usually gets involved in town dealing with conquest to be the sensor is gravity, and you're too good with gravity. Winds up being Fermilab over here. With sensor where it's just like, I need the figure fours because they can set it up easier than the skill differential between this. And then you wind up living in the woods because you don't want to be in town. Or just happy to be the job you're in because it's a hell of a lot easier than trying to figure out life by any other standard.
Some animals just by dropping on them.
It's metaphysical by nature because it's in superposition. That's why, well, it's like as long as you have philosophy class and you decide not to take it down for food, energy timelines and differentials on training people, they have choice on freedom to go out there and choose to be philosophy. The kicker, that's still a two-phase in engineering class.
It's just going to leave that animal alive.
How to trigger some sensor by all the spectrums of the neural net pattern of under that sector. It's still considered one of these in the SOG or the MOS. Well, I usually go MOS would be houses detail, right? And the special forces is going to go to this, to people's houses, because they're all going to be inside of there under that three set. 1, 2, 3. Pretty straightforward and simple. Not super difficult, but this rock has got to be set right, or the angle's got to be set right, and it's basically still a fourth part. Inside here, if it is not congruent to Bernoulli's for the values inside here, the roof gets ripped off by a hurricane because you don't have enough food to get out there and fix it. We are talking about some huge indexes on numbers, but as some of the big wigs around, you know you've used it before, so don't try to hide from me on it, because I know that there's a dragon underneath this rock. I know it. You don't need to explain it to me. Could be nothing.
Now, on the top portion, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it good in the camera, I just shaved the top portion at an angle.
And if you do it backwards,
like I
maybe
said,
you need it backwards for the hook.
This rock up at an angle. So you see, I didn't need to put a notch. All I needed to do was just shave from this,
you know, while I'm sitting out here, it's fair for me to be metaphysical. I'm really, bunny hunting across the board still has season, still has more beneficial natures of leaving bunnies comparatively to going to the grocery store.
The base stick. And I just sharpened a point.
And in there,
to put the bait on, plain and simple, self-explanatory. Now for the other portion, this is the portion,
you know, like I said, it's real easy to just kind of want to, when you're big and have enough to get over there, just I want to get away from it. It's like you watch them on CNBC and Fox News, it's like, why don't you just move to Kodiak Beach? You're that fucking big, you'll push that bear around with no damn problem. And you wouldn't be thinking about a damn thing other than that, in terms of that area.
Between my fingers.
Pi, or 8 pi, 4 pi, 2 pi.
So now,
seen them all in the deadfall. Really, I have.
Finished, put my knife away, it's the last cut I need to make.
A deadfall to that. There's how far you can get with that before it's practical here while describing 2 pi, 8 pi, 4 pi. And not just any order, 2, 8, 4. But you might be realistically set in 8, 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, 4, 2, 2, 8. black holes and singularities and lensing stuff means I need to design it arbitrarily. Neural net, the skews on those things. We're back to a graph of that type where the output is valued in that form.
I'd like to take my stick and just hold it
to correlate and drop it on the bunny. There's no bunnies in the area, no deadfall. Could be skunks, could be raccoons, whatever. But that's going to correlate to the bait. Going to correlate to,
place it up.
2 sticks. Derivative lambda, the devil. The wobbles around here being that bunny that's not on the farm, right? I gotta wait for it to do here to get it to come up on the timelines. And I'm willing to deal with the entropy on how old that damn rabbit is. I really am.
Okay, a good way to set this up first.
Then you fuck up the bunny population good though.
Find a spot where you know
well, the bunny was a bunny, yeah, but it wasn't the buck. It was a female that was too young in the region, while integrating over 2 T-notes inside here that burnt that population for that region, at least for a 7-year swing. Now, it may not be 7. It might actually be artificially implementing gravity that changes that algorithm, but it still plays on the wave function. I'm talking about some pretty heavy-duty stuff inside here in terms of analysis, in terms of recon, in terms of... Well, I like to joke around about nuclear tech, but yeah, nuclear tech. This whole thing is a fusion reactor. I need this to hit this with a collision of exacting numbers of pounds of pressure. Could be a bunny, could be a rat, anything inside there. Some wind blows it over. Not exactly the type of reactions that we do, but in early testing, they didn't know those things. They had generally guessed what was going to do in there before they got good to say, this is high value on that system. I arbitrarily put a trap out for testing. Whatever comes up underneath it in 3 tests, say algebra, or 2 tests, generally going to give me the output without destabilizing the wave function to say, it's worth for me to do bunny calc out here. And then I go out there and I teach the kids lambda. That's how you summon it, right? Because it would come off on paper there with a bunch of salt circles, and your ass would be standing in it. Mark your fee. Catch you on the next one.